Let's learn Mule ESB. Today, I'll show you how to validate XML and JSON schema in MuleSoft. Let's start with XML schema. Here we declare that our XML contains 4 elements and all are mandatory. If any of them are missing, then validation will fail. I saved XML schema to node.xst file under source/main/resources folder. I created a simple flow as shown on screen to accept XML as payload of HTTP endpoint and validate it. If XML is validated successfully, then we respond with a message note received. If XML validation fails, an exception will be thrown by validate XML module. HTTP status code will be set to 500. Here is an example of a successful transaction. We tested by providing all 4 elements which were mandatory. Input message only contains 2 out of 4 mandatory elements. More error details are available at #error variable. Observe line number 42 where XML element called heading is reported as missing. Error type is schema not honored. I modified the flow so that all error details are presented in response payload. This sort of error handling is useful only in non-prod environment. For prod environment, you will have to hide some information and parse the tree form to provide one text field. You want the error description in one text field and not as a tree structure. Here, I show the error handling logic. Logger component logs a single line of error description. Now let's test JSON validation. This feature of JSON validation has to be downloaded as a module from Anypoint Exchange. An example JSON schema is shown on screen. It is for an array of 2 fields, A and B of data type string and length less than 255. Screen shows a successful test. Both fields were provided in input with length more than 1 and less than 255. Error response is small, pretty, and clearly indicates why the failure occurred. But you do not know which field caused the failure. Detailed error description or error message can be sent as API response. This is only meaningful to a developer because it contains error details such as which field caused the error in a tree structure. I have added logger to error handling subsection. In console logs, you see that the length of the field is 0 and that is too short. We were expecting a minimum value of 1. You can download project source code from my GitHub repository, link in video description.